Welcome back to episode 109 of the BatChums podcast. I'm Drew Leiter, and joining me tonight is my co-host, the man, the myth, the new legend, Mike Gordon.
Howdy, good sir. Jolly good sir. My I think my English accent is only slightly worse than Dick Van Dyke's in Mary Poppins. Right, governor?
So this is Batman season 3, episode 13, The Bloody Tower. Episode aired Thursday, December 7th, 1967. Directed by Oscar Rudolph, story by Elkin Allen, and the teleplays by Elkin Allen and Charles Hoffman.
The uh the title is pretty dark and grim. The Bloody Tower. But yeah, it doesn't really reach that height of darkness in the episode, but yeah, it does refer to the Tower of London, of course. But or the actual Tower of London. But yeah, it is pretty grim title there. Probably one of the grimmest titles that we've had since I think that Liberace one that was titled like the what was that called? The Dead Ringers or something like that. That sounded like it's pretty grim as well. So yeah. Anyway, no puns, no rhymes on these titles. They've long since discarded that idea.
Nothing has changed with the weather in the great metropolis of Londinium. It's still clear as glass, but at least the dynamic duo are out of the fog in the winch room, and the mist seems to have missed the Batmobile. Alfred thanks the heavens that Master Robin is all right. It's, we when we last left them, they were in that foggy room, and then all of a sudden they're outside.
Yeah, it's
It was a nothing burger.
yes, that's true. That is true. It was weird. There's a lot of, it's weird. It's a three-parter, but there's a lot of things that are overlooked or shortcutted in this, and we'll get to it. But man, this is the weird thing that is, I think, this season is that we're getting like some highs and some lows of the show at the same time, and it's all mixed together in some weird sort of blender. But anyway, it's still fun to watch, and yeah, it's still fun to watch.
Batman suggests they better get out to Fog Place and see what happened to Batgirl. Alfred heard that she discovered a super secret cricket pavilion, which just might contain the solution to this entire mystery. Robin states that Batgirl has, and it does. Alfred and Robin seem to know a lot more about Batgirl than Batman does. Robin
And he doesn't seem happy about it.
he's not.
He's like, you two seem to know a lot more about, like, I mean, he really looked kind of annoyed, more
Yeah.
than annoyed about that.
Robin explains that Batgirl is in the dungeon at Fog Place beneath the gallery of the super secret cricket pavilion. Robin would be there too if Lord Fog hadn't wanted him wound up in the winch room. Batman suggests they should get to Fog Place on the double. Alfred reminds Batman of the cab he borrowed from his cousin, Cuthbert. It's parked in the dock area. Batman tells Robin to drive the Batmobile, and he can let them off at Alfred's cab, then go straight to Fog Place and they will follow.
So,
It,
so yeah, Robin gets to drive the Batmobile again, but I don't think, well, there might be a brief shot where we see it, but I didn't, I don't think we really haven't really seen Robin just drive the Batmobile by himself. But it's cool that he has that option now.
yeah. So we see him in the driver's seat for the first time. And then where's Alfred? Poor Alfred. He has to lay across the trunk as they're driving to the cab.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not sitting between you. I'm not doing it.
Excited, Robin agrees. If they disassemble, maybe they will catch the whole gang off guard. Batman reminds Robin to drive on the left side of the road and not the right. Robin won't. He learned that when they got their international driver's licenses.
The international driver license is a thing. I didn't know that was a thing. I thought, yeah, I was. But I will say, just as an aside, it is kind of tricky because so I can remember uh, when my family we took a trip to this was 1980, 1989, 1990, somewhere in there. We took a family trip to Australia and my dad was driving. He rented a car and was driving and he kind of after a long flight and everything, we were going to the hotel right when we got there, and he started driving on the wrong side of the road, and he got pulled over. And there was no, they didn't, they perfectly understood. There was no harm done. I don't think they gave him a ticket or anything. They just were like, be careful. But it's a definite thing, and I couldn't. I don't know. It would be hard to adjust, wouldn't it? Like to
Yeah,
all of a sudden get in a car, and I mean, with the Batmobile, the driver's side is still uh on the right, like the driver is still on the left side, so that would make sense. But if you're getting into a car where suddenly you're driving on the wrong side of the vehicle, I say wrong side, but on the other side of the vehicle and on the other side of the road, that's just like I'm like, that could be pretty stressful. You really have to pay attention to what you're doing, I think.
yeah.
So good on Robin though. He already had that contingency, even though they hardly ever leave Gotham.
Meanwhile, in the dungeon of Fog Place, Batgirl seems to have survived Lord Fogg's paralyzing gas. Lord Fogg states it is a pity that they have to dispose of Batgirl, but dispose of her they must. With Batman and Robin fogbound in the Tower Bridge, they can now plan their crowning theft, the crown jewels.
So this is an indication of to me that there's like I mentioned in the last episode, we're getting a lot of moments where the three heroes are in danger, and they're in separate danger, they're in danger combined. They're constantly in danger. So the way that the script's written with the three-parter, I do kind of appreciate it because it does kind of move, and there are like they are in danger quite a bit, quite a number of times. But the I think so many times that they're in danger that the writers don't know what to do to get them out of it because they'll come up with a in the original, the first two seasons these would have been cliffhangers, but here they're just like commercial breaks or whatever. And so the resolution of the cliffhangers are not, in my mind, very satisfactory. And this is one of them, where, Fogg uh, throws down his pellets, which we've never seen before. They didn't even like, lead up to this at all. But he's got these deadly fog pellets, and he throws them at Batgirl, and they don't work. They don't kill her. And the explanation is that they were just expired. Then
Yes,
like the sell date was like, expired. They were past their expiration date and they were pretty weak. So I mean that's correct me if I'm wrong, Drew, but that's kind of lame.
yes. That's what I call a nothing burger.
Yeah, there's a lot of nothing burgers in this story, and particularly in this final conclusion. There's no a number of times. I think maybe it's three times in this three-parter, where Batgirl says something to the effect of, "I'll explain later," and she never does.
No, it's
So
not later yet.
yeah, there's there's some weird shenanigans going on here. But anyway, continue.
Lady Peasoup is concerned that Batgirl overheard their plans to steal the crown jewels. Lord Fogg states that it matters not. Somehow, Batman has managed to regain his memory, but death will prevent Batgirl from regaining hers. Lord Fogg tosses his lethal fog pellets from the top of the stairs and waves Toodaloo to Batgirl. Lady Peasoup waves Chin Chin. Robin arrives at Fogg Place first in the Batmobile. He spots Batgirl's suitcase and begins to open it, and then changes his mind. Robin climbs the
What
fence.
a gentleman.
Yes.
He could have, like, like I said, we are at the point where it almost seems ridiculous that they don't find out who each other are. And yeah, the ridiculous, yeah, it gets ridiculous.
Yes. Robin climbs the fence. One of Lord Fogg's men spots Robin and telephones Lord Fogg with the news. Lord Fogg tells his men to hold their places. He will handle the Boy Wonder. Lady Peasoup suggests that they have Lady Prudence take care of the Boy Wonder. Lord Fogg believes that is a splendid idea.
How was
Robin
he going
is
to do it himself? Like it seemed like he had a plan. Like, I'll handle him. And then Lady British is like, why do we let her? And he's like, that's a splendid idea. So whatever he had in mind, he completely switched over. Like,
maybe that's just one thing off his plate.
maybe, maybe. I look, Rudy Valley. There's been a lot of back and forth, and I don't know how you feel about the two of them as villains, and we can talk about that, sort of when we do our wrap up. But um, I will say that there is a there is a coldness to his performance that borders on like a dark violence that I do appreciate, and it's kind of dark for this show. But and I think it works to a level, especially because Lady Pea Soup is so vibrant and energetic and a nice juxtaposition with the two. So I do like the interplay between the two of them, and I do appreciate Rudy Valley's performance. Now that said, apparently he was not fun to work with. Yvonne Craig is quoted as saying that he was the worst guest star that they ever had. And it was awful to work with him on the three-parter. And he just it was terrible. So um and yeah, a lot of the even fans of the show have not been kind to him and his performance here. But I gotta admit, I mean, even though he's being like he's not really he's not British, so he's putting on this faux accent and everything like that. But like I said, there's a underlying darkness to him and a coldness to him that I do appreciate that he gives this part. And it's not on the level of the great villains, but as far as villains go, and the way that the writing is, I mean, he's keeping all three of these heroes at bay really well. I mean, he's putting them through their paces. So I think as villains go, they're pretty solid, I think. And are they as great as like Joker, Riddler? No, but as it stands in the story, I do appreciate them.
Have to say, better than the Archer.
That that is not a high bar, Drew. Let's be clear about that. But yes, you are correct.
Robin is crossing the aftergrass when he trips over the wire leading to Lord Fogg's beehive. He has released an African death bee, the queen, in fact, and it lands on his hand. Lady Prudence rushes to Robin's side, warning him not to lose his cool.
So, this African queen bee. I um I'm gonna ask you a question, Drew. Which is more believable, or I should say less believable? This African queen bee that is on Robin's glove, or the spiders that were attacking the dynamic duo in the Black Widow two-parter?
Now that's a challenge there.
Um, yeah, they didn't even, it seems like they didn't even try
They didn't.
as far as this bee goes. I mean, it is not believable at all. It's just it looks like something you'd see in a craft fair.
Yes.
Like it yeah, like it's like somebody's daughter made this out of like, cotton balls and paint or whatever. Like it looks terrible. I mean, um and yeah, when people say that the third season the sentiment changed with the show, that people, instead of laughing with the show, were laughing at the show, it's because of things like this. It's because of things like this. Like, I don't think that bee would have passed the mustard in the first season. Like, they wouldn't have done that with the bee, I don't think.
No.
So, but yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yep. I can't argue with that. Outside the gates of Fog Place, Alfred and Batman arrive in Cuthbert's taxi. Batman spots Batgirl's suitcase and starts to open it. Alfred questions, "Tempted, sir?" Batman responds, "Sorely." By opening the suitcase, he might learn Batgirl's true identity. Alfred adds, thus destroying the anonymity so precious to her, just as his is. Batman replies he knows and then puts the suitcase down.
Yeah, I don't.
Now, I got to tell you, we've seen both Batman and Robin pick up that suitcase. Batman seemed more eager to get into that thing than Robin did.
Well, absolutely, because yeah, just earlier Batman was pretty teed off that Alfred, and it seemed like Robin knew more about Batgirl than he did. And that's something that he just like, yeah, he's had a severe problem with. So I think he's just like, I'm gonna, take care of this. And it's Alfred. I don't, if Alfred's not there, he opens that case, doesn't he?
Yeah. I had the Alfred was his conscience there.
Yeah, yeah. So, good old Alfred.
And here, you just got to point out right here, Robin had more self control than Batman did, in my
Uh,
opinion.
yep, yeah. A good call.
Batman orders Alfred to go back to the city while he searches for Batgirl and Robin. Alert Commissioner Gordon and Ireland Yard to his whereabouts. Batman will contact him if he needs help. Cheerio. I'm going to pause right here because I'm like, I don't know if Batman thought this through very well. You're going to send Alfred back to tell Commissioner Gordon a message from Batman?
Well, Commissioner Gordon's used to Alfred's voice
Yes.
speaking for Batman. So he just doesn't know that for some reason that it's Alfred, which doesn't, whatever.
I
Anyway,
guess
um,
I guess if Alfred called him on the phone and told him and not gone in person, it felt like Batman was sending him in person. But now that I think about it, if he just telephoned him and let him know, that wouldn't be such a big deal.
right. Well, he did say get on the bat phone, right? So
Did he?
I think so. But in any case, he tells Alfred to go, and after he leaves, Alfred kind of has this look like, I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna leave you. I'm going to help. And I think we're seeing some dissension in the ranks here, Drew. Like, I think Alfred is pretty, like, he's pretty clear. Like, he makes a face like, I'm gonna help out. And he has proven this season that he can help. He's got a mean right hook, and he's not afraid to use it.
And in some instances, he's been more effective than Batman and Robin.
Well, I will say that, overall, you pointed out that Robin has more self-control, and I think this episode is a standout one for Robin. As we continue, we'll go for it. But Robin is doing things here that I'm like, he doesn't get a chance to like really shine this season a lot because they're just juggling too many characters. But I will say that he's got his moments here in this one, and you're right, the self-control is one of them. And we'll see some others too, where he looks like, he's actually a valid member of the team and doing a lot more than just saying yes sir, no sir to Batman.
Agreed. Batman climbs the fence. Once again, one of the henchmen phones Lord Fogg with the news. Elsewhere on the aftergrass, Robin complains to Lady Prudence that the African queen bee will not leave his hand. Lady Prudence answers that she may, but once a death bee lands, she usually stays a while. She may sting Robin and he will die.
It's on his glove. I mean, is it going to pierce through the leather glove?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't want to find out, I guess. If that's one of those things where like I don't know if I want to find that out, but anyway, I yeah, Lady Prudence, I don't know what they're doing with her. Because she does one thing and then she does another thing and then she does, and it's just her motives are really out of whack, and I don't know what they're doing with her at all. And
they It felt like they were trying to make a connection between her and Robin, but it didn't work.
no, it didn't. You're right, it didn't work. Yeah. Um, and that's unfortunate because I think it would have been cool for Robin to have a connection, because he's not really had one in this show before like this. And but you're right, they are
Except,
trying. What's that?
I said, except for the episode with Catwoman and
Kitten.
Kitten, yeah, or whatever her name was. I can't remember her name.
Yeah, I don't, but that was forced, right? That was kind of like, I mean, he was under the influence,
Oh,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah,
it wasn't really, but here, like but again, I don't, the way it's written is just jerky, and they don't really explore it because they've got too much else to do, and it just ends up being kind of a uh just
nothing
something
burger.
that, yeah, exactly. It's not a great thing that they explore, which is unfortunate. But
That's the word of the episode.
what's that?
Nothing burger.
Nothing burger, right? Nothing burger, Burgermeister.
Lady Prudence reveals to Robin that the other girls are out of their skin over him, and she can see why. Lady Peasoup and Lord Fogg return to the dungeon, surprised that Batgirl is not dead. Lord Fogg realizes his lethal fog pellets must be stale. They are losing their strength. Lady Peasoup reveals that she had the girls make up a fresh batch in chemistry class. She hid them amongst the Duchesses of Despero's diamonds to be on hand. They decide to go get them. That's a weird place to hide them. You couldn't think of a better place.
Well, that's, yeah, and like I was saying, it's just kind of lame that they're stale. That's their excuse. Like it, yeah, not that. That's lame.
Yeah. In the cricket room, Lord Fogg receives a phone call from Basil. Batman got away from the terrace and is coming to the cricket pavilion. Lord Fogg tells Basil that he has been discharged. Now, that scene felt like we missed something. It felt like there probably was some sort of fight scene between Batman and the henchmen or the
Hmm.
staff that got cut, because that's what it felt like. I mean, it was kind of a weird
Yes.
interaction.
Yeah, you're right. Again, for a three-parter, they're taking a lot of like there's a lot of stuff that we seem to be missing. They're taking a lot of shortcuts and telling, not showing. And it's like you should have been able to plan this out better. So I don't know. I don't know if it had to do with the fact that, we've got this guy who's written and not written the show before, Elkin Allen, and then Hoffman comes in to sort of help clean it up. Maybe I don't know, but in any case, and they're still struggling with the format, the new format that they're doing. So yeah, this is again, it's a mess. It's a mess, and it's a fun mess, I think, because there's still some highlights, which we'll continue to highlight. But um, yeah, there's some things here that are just kind of like sloppy.
Yeah. Batman arrives at the Cricket Pavilion and makes his way down to the dungeon. Lord Fog and Lady Peasoup follow him. Batgirl warns Batman that Lord Fog is behind him, but she is too late. Lord Fog pushes Batman down the stairs. A lot more effective than his fog was earlier. Lord Fog tosses his lethal pellets. The dastardly duo make a hasty retreat, closing the dungeon door behind them. Up in the Cricket Pavilion, Lady Prudence reveals that the grooviest thing has happened. Robin has been stung by the deadly African bee. Lady Peasoup suggests Lady Prudence take Robin up to the girls' dormitory and let him perish there. Then she can round up the rest of the pupils because they are off to the Tower of Londinium to steal the crown jewels. That's just weird that they're going to take Robin up to the girls' dormitory.
You know, with everything that's going on, that's not even in my top 20 of weird things. Um, But it is kind of interesting too. It's like they're going to take the crown jewels, but they're bringing the girls. Like they haven't brought the girls on any of their other heists.
No.
So it is kind of weird that I don't know why they feel like they need the girls. Um,
Oh, I know why. It's because they felt the need they had to get out of there.
oh, I see what you mean.
So
Right. So
we'll see
they're
that.
planning to snatch the jewels and then just flee the country.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Okay.
we'll get to that in a little bit. Robin asks Lady Prudence why he can't perish right there. It's closer. Okay, Robin. I think yeah, that bee sting made you delirious.
Yeah. Well, the way this is resolved too is not it's not cool either. But go
Yeah.
ahead.
Seconds away, Alfred forces open the gates of Fog Place with an unusual show of strength that apparently neither Batman or Robin had earlier.
Yeah, I know. I, I don't know what to make of that. Like I just like Alfred just breaks through and I'm like, what? Yeah, okay, whatever. So
Alfred, are you the Man of Steel in disguise? Elsewhere, another visitor has arrived at Venerable Ireland Yard. Mrs. Harriet Cooper. She has her own she has She was on her way home from her North Cape cruise and was hoping to surprise Bruce and Dick, but she can't find them. Commissioner Gordon reveals that Bruce has been tied up with Wayne Foundation business since his arrival, and young Dick has been doing research at various museums.
so it's good to see this is a bittersweet moment because it's good to see Madge Blake here as Aunt Harriet, I think. It's out of nowhere. And all of a sudden she's there in the office. At this point, she'd all but retired. I think she has a couple of other appearances and things, but in about a year after this, she's no longer with us. She's gone. So she's obviously got health issues. But here's the only thing that would have made this really, really a sweet moment is if because this is her second appearance this season, but both her appearances, she's not with Bruce and Dick. So I think that's kind of like it's kind of sad that her only appear like her last appearance, she's not with Bruce and Dick. She's with Commissioner Gordon. And uh, say what you will about the role that Aunt Harriet had in the show, but I felt like there was moments that she did add to the series. They could have done a lot more with her, sure, but you could say that about just about anybody, but on the show. But uh, obviously she was put in place because, they were kind of worried about how it would look for Batman and Robin to be, Bruce and Dick to be together all the time, but instead, they kind of have this character that they don't really know what to do with, and it struggled throughout the whole season with her, but I don't blame Madge Blake for that because I thought she was, there was truly some moments where she was great. I particularly remember that the moment where she was dancing to the cat song or whatever she was doing the cat dance or whatever and stuff like that and she and Alan Napier had chemistry like they played well off each other and it's a shame that they don't have a scene together either in this sort of last appearance by her but it's nice to see her here. And this is her swan song to the show.
Mrs. Cooper states that if Commissioner Gordon does see them, please tell them that she will be at the Londinium house for another day or so. Back in the dungeon, Batman's anti-lethal fog bat spray is working. Batman pulls a bat file from his utility belt and begins working on Batgirl's chains. They stare into each other's eyes. Holy awkward silence! You can cut the sexual tension with a file.
Yeah, you're not wrong there. There was like, and he begins to file her chains at a, dare I say, snail's pace. um, Yeah, and then the way she looks at him, I'm like, it's one of those like memes or whatever. It's like, find someone in your life that looks at you like Batgirl's looking at Batman filing her chains away. Um, and insert joke there. But yeah, it's look, we've talked all about the chemistry there, but it is what it is, and you can't deny that it's there though, because that scene is just is pretty hot as far as their chemistry there. So, um, and yeah, you know we get bat devices coming out of nowhere to solve problems, which is not uncommon for this show, but it's just like we get two in a row here, like bam, bam, and it continues with I think the next scene, right? Like like we get like so we're getting these sort of quick, easy answers for things and resolutions for things, if we get resolutions at all. And that's a problem with the episode, despite some of the fun stuff that happens. And by the way, I do like the dungeon set, even though there's no walls to speak of. Um, it does still kind of look kind of cool. Like I still think that even though they don't have the budget to have walls on a lot of their scenery, I think they still art direction looks pretty solid, and it still gives a sense of creepiness and surrealness that I think is on brand for this show.
In the pretty student body's dormitory, Robin is not dying. He was down to his last African death bee antidote pill, but he popped it in his mouth and now he is fine. How many times has he come across African death bees that he's almost out of pills?
I don't know what that meant. I don't know if he was just like taking a bunch of them like at the same like I don't know. We don't yeah, again, it's just here. We'll just have this device to just solve the problem. It would have been more interesting if if Lady Prudence had had something to do with why he was still alive, right?
Yeah.
But they don't do that. And that's weird that they don't do that. Like I don't know what they're doing with her, but it's like I said, it's a mess. I thought that she was going to be the one. Like I figured when she brought Robin in and said that he had been stung, I thought she was lying. Like I didn't trust her. I thought she was working with Robin, but and maybe she was helping him get the pill, like reaching into his utility belt for the pill or something like that, or but we don't see that, and instead we just don't know. We just it's just look, move on. We got to tell this other story, or we got to do this, or we got to jump around, and we never get any sort of resolution or any sort of response to that. And I think they missed out on a moment though where we could have had more connection with those two characters. And yeah, we don't.
Groovy. The girls are ape about Robin, and one of them claims that she is launched. Robin argues, were they ape and launched when they waylaid him on that dock? When they shanghaied him and brought him back here? When they knew he was being tied to a winch in Tower Bridge? Lady Prudence answers that they were merely scholastic exercises. Holy homework! Robin is out of there, but the girls grab him and restrain him, screaming and giggling.
I mean, it's almost as bad as being mobbed by hippies.
Yes.
I'm really surprised he puts up a fight though, because
Yeah,
really,
I am
come
too.
on. I mean, if you're gonna go,
If you're gonna go, go with a smile.
there you go. That's right. That's right.
Elsewhere, Lady Peasoup informs Commissioner Gordon on the telephone that his daughter is not there. She left earlier in the afternoon, but they don't know where. Commissioner Gordon states that is not like Barbara to not get in touch with him. He is coming to Ffogg Place at once. Lord Ffogg states that with the Londinium traffic the way it is in the late afternoon, it will be at least an hour before the commissioner arrives. Outside the door, Alfred overhears Lord Ffogg tell Lady Peasoup to have the girls bury Robin where the after grass lawn is thickest, and that no one will ever find Batman and Batgirl in the dungeon. Maybe they don't want to be found.
Wow.
Lady Peasoup has a strange feeling that the authorities are beginning to get suspicious of them.
It's going to take at least 2 hours for him to like, at the rate he was going, it's going to take at least 2 hours for him to get free her. He's just like, he's just using that file like, no rush.
Lord Ffogg states that getting suspicious of them is one thing, getting them is another. Lord Ffogg reveals that their private plane is being refueled as they speak, and Argentula has no extradition treaty with their country. As Alfred sneaks away from the door, Lord Ffogg announces that he will alert the household staff to their plans. Lady Peasoup reminds Lord Ffogg that he sacked the household staff. Lord Ffogg reveals that he rehired them. They're doctoring their bruises. Such a weird scene. And it did feel like, stuff had been cut out.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we did hear him fire them,
We heard
but
him fire one
we,
dude, not
yeah,
the whole staff.
well, yeah, that's true. That's true. So, yeah, good call there. I don't, yeah, there's a lot of, yeah, it, again, it's not, I don't want to beat a dead horse here, but, um, because yeah, it is kind of, that does feel like there's some stuff missing.
We don't want you to beat a live horse either.
No, I want to do that.
Lady Prudence comes rushing in, revealing that Robin got away. He jumped out the window of the girls' dormitory after taking some sort of bee sting pill. Lord Ffogg announces they must leave for the Tower of Londinium at once. Elsewhere, Alfred jogs back toward the cars. Unknowingly, Robin is not far behind.
It's a very weird scene where that we get with Alfred jogging down the driveway to the Batgirl theme. Um, yeah, it was just a weird kind of juxtaposition. It was just like, I mean I think that's been established that that's like Batgirl's theme, and it's used twice in this episode, and it doesn't really make any sense because both times when it's used, Batgirl's not there. So we'll get to the second time in a little bit, but the first time is when he's jogging down. It would have been even creepier if it was in slow mo, like Baywatch. It's Butler Watch.
In the dungeon, Batman is unable to break through the solid oak door. If they could reach the grating on the ceiling, they might be able to escape, but he forgot his batarang and bat rope in the Batmobile. Where's the prepared Batman we always have?
There you
You
go.
don't have your rope and batarang in your utility belt?
I mean, look, he had to make some room because he needed the anti-fog bat spray and the bat file. So he can't carry everything.
You can fit the bat shield in that utility belt. You can fit your batarang and rope.
Yeah, that would seem to be standard equipment that you would have all the time. Like
Yes.
so, yeah, it is kind of weird that he doesn't have it. So
Batgirl hands Batman her rope, but wonders how they can get it to the grating without a batarang. Batman states he could use the old Indian rope trick he mastered years ago. Standing under the grating and speaking the Indian Bakur command for rope stay straight, the rope magically climbs towards the grating.
you're not going to do the chant.
No.
I mean, yes, we would run the risk of having ropes everywhere around us sort of rise up if we did that. Um, uh, you know what, Drew? I'm just gonna let this pass. I'm not gonna say anything about this rope thing.
Okay. That's probably a good thing.
I, I'm just I'm just gonna let this pass.
That's probably for the wiser. Back at the back at the Batmobile, Alfred heard that Robin was dead. Robin reveals that Alfred heard wrong. Robin states he will rescue Batman and Batgirl from the dungeon, while Alfred calls Commissioner Gordon on the Batmobile bat phone.
Okay, that's where he was told to call him. So that's what I was thinking of. Sorry. Earlier when I said that he was told to call him. That's what I was thinking of. Sorry.
Holy Houdini! Robin wonders how Batman and Batgirl got out of that dungeon. Batman shows Robin his rope trick.
Yeah, let's just move on.
Yeah, let's keep on going. Robin, Robin reveals that Lord Ffogg and Lady Peasoup have left to steal the crown jewels. At the famed Tower of Londinium, also known as the Bloody Tower, two beefeaters and a sentry guard the glass case containing the crown jewels.
So,
This,
I don't know if you're familiar with the beef eaters are really a thing. They are actual guards, wardens of the Tower of London, and they're probably best known though because of beefeater gin. So anybody who drinks gin is probably familiar with beefeater from that. But they do look, I mean, and they have a beefeater in that costume right on the gin label. But yeah, it is a real thing. So despite the fact that they may look like like guards from the Wicked Witch of the West. They are actually a thing that is for real. I've never seen one. I've never actually been to the when I was over in London. I went to Buckingham Palace and did a tour of that, but I never got a chance to go to the Tower of London. So that's still on my bucket list of things to do. So, but yeah, beef eaters are a thing.
speaking of Wizard of Oz, Calista and I are going to the art craft tomorrow night to see The Wizard of Oz.
Nice on the big screen.
Yeah, we they show it every year, so we go every year. I'm getting off on a tangent now. The Sentry Guard tells Lord Fogg that it is past closing time. Lord Fogg argues that he is Lord Fogg of Foggshire. He tries to take the sentry's halberd, but the two beefeaters reveal themselves to be Batman and Robin. Lord Fogg wonders how the Cape Crusaders got there before him. Robin answers that it took a holy incantation.
Yeah, just another hand wave.
Yes. Lord Fogg hollers for Basil, Digby, and Scudder. A fight ensues with axes and swords, which was pretty cool, I thought.
Yeah, actually the fight was it was pretty close pretty a lot of close-up shots of them fighting too in this one. It wasn't just a wide shot. We got a lot of close-up shots of them fighting because they were pretty much in close quarters here. So I did appreciate that. The fight scene seems like it's been a long time since we had a pretty good fight scene. But again, this is the second time. At one point during the fight, they use the Batgirl theme and she's not there. So it seems weird that Batman and Robin are fighting and you hear Batgirl's theme there, which is very strange. Yeah. So I don't know. I guess the music budget didn't allow for them to. They had to cut costs on that and just enter themes wherever. But yeah, not cool.
During the fighting, Lady Prudence suggests they escape, but Batgirl appears with an axe and stops them. Lord Fogg attempts to use his pipe of fog, but Batman reverses it with his bat reverser. They will never catch them flat-footed again
Never.
because his fog did so much earlier in the episode.
Yeah, the again, it's just I think it's okay and we're used to them having just some, the back shark repellent, for example, right? Was awesome. It was really funny and it's definitely on brand for the show. Like it's kind of fun when they do that. But they just keep doing it over and over and over in this episode, and it just kind of wears itself out.
Yeah. Superintendent Watson and Commissioner Gordon arrive at the Tower of Londinium, claiming this is a jolly little bean fest. Watson orders that his lordship and her ladyship, along with these girl ships, be taken to the tombs. Lady Prudence pauses, telling Robin she wished she had time to explain. She has been very naughty. She thought if she played, she, you get me laughing. She thought if she played all sides against each other, then she would have come out on top and be her ladyship of Fog Place alone. But that didn't work. Superintendent Watson believes this calls for a cup of char at Venerable Ireland Yard. Robin wonders what char is, and Batman explains that it is tea, and a cup of char would be most welcome. Watson asks Batgirl if she would join them, but she is gone. Barbara appears stating she just passed Batgirl outside in the fog. She was on her Batgirl cycle. Commissioner Gordon wonders where Barbara has been. He's been so worried. And what is she doing in the bloody tower? Barbara states that she will explain later. But for now, check out the crown jewels.
Yeah, we never. She's good at deflection, I guess, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I know. She's like, I'll explain later. Hey, look, the crown jewels. She knows how to distract her dad.
yeah, that's true. Hey, look, crown jewels, shiny.
Watson exclaims, right where they belong, thanks to Batman and Robin. Robin chimes in, pip pip, chin chin, and toodaloo. Back in Gotham City, in Commissioner Gordon's office, the president is on the phone. The president invites Batman to Texas for a barbecue, but Batman turns him down because he has plenty of problems right now without trying to entertain average citizens such as Robin and he. Bonnie buzzes in, informing Commissioner Gordon that some very feline character just breezed in here, and she stole all the police women's new mini uniforms that Commissioner Gordon was supposed to approve. Batman and Robin try to head her off. Catwoman hisses and swipes her claws at them before jumping on an elevator. Batman, or not Batman, Robin states she has some nerve invade. Robin states she has some nerve invading police headquarters. Batman agrees, stating that Gotham City may be in for some cataclysmic catastrophes.
Dun dun dun. I am super excited for the next Catwoman episode, for the next episode. So, um, yeah, I am super excited. But we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the new Catwoman when we get there. But I did want to point out too, it's pretty, for the time, it's pretty obvious, but people might not know now. But during the phone call that Commissioner Gordon and Batman are talking to, it is allegedly President Lyndon Johnson, who um, he was a resident of Texas. He was from Texas, and he was known as a doting grandfather. So he was always talking about his grandkids. So that's why they kind of emphasize that during the call. So they make it clear to make it clear that it's President Johnson that they're talking to. So
Hey,
um,
I can understand him wanting to talk about his grandkids.
I bet you can. I bet you can. Yeah. So look, we talked about it. There's a lot of stuff here that's a mess. There's a lot of stuff here that is not great. But I have to admit that overall, this three-parter, I enjoyed watching. I enjoyed watching. There were some elements of it. Like I said, I found that Fog and Peasoup were fun, despite the fact that Rudy Valley is kind of a jerk. As a person, I thought Lord Marmaduke Fogg was a interesting villain, and Pea Soup, played by Glennis Johns, was just delightful. And they had a good chemistry together. Even if, it wasn't there off screen, I still feel like on screen it kind of works. They do it seems like this kind of quote unquote old couple wouldn't be that much of a challenge for Batman and Robin and Batgirl, and yet they managed to put the three of them and Alfred through their paces through this three-parter. I mean, there's a lot of times where they're in danger, a lot of potential cliffhangers, and a lot of them are resolved in a not great way, but it still is pretty interesting. And a lot of the elements that they use, that they pick and choose for a satire on, British life and what's going on in Britain and that kind of thing, work for me as a whole. So I did like that. So I thought it was a kind of a fun three-parter, despite the fact that at the same time, I realized that, yeah, it's kind of a mess and there's a lot of things that are not cool about it. How do you feel about the three-parter?
Yeah, I have to say the same thing. It was messy, but it was also fun.
Mm-hmm.
It was also ridiculous.
True.
But yeah, I do remember watching this before. Not all the details or anything, but I do remember bits and pieces of it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's stuck in my memory from when I was five. So,
Well, that's
but
if it's memorable, then it's worth it, right? So,
yeah,
but yeah, there was a lot of missed opportunities, but you know what? I mean, yeah, you can always talk about what could have been, but as far as what is, I feel it still feels like a fun watch, and that's the important thing.
yep. All right. Well, that wraps up another episode. Do you have a shout out, Mike?
I do. So, even though this is the first time that we see Batman and Robin go to Londinium. And this is a behind the curtains thing. I think that I hate to burst anybody's bubble, but none of it was actually shot in London. I mean, there's some stock footage and here used here and there, but probably by and large, nothing is filmed for this particular episode in Britain. However, Adam West and Batman in particular had been to London and had been to Britain. In fact, in 1967, the Central Office of Information of the UK produced a PSA, public service announcement, because one of the things that they found that children who were watching Batman were encouraged, at least that's what they felt, that too many kids were encouraged to do dangerous things, like jump off roofs and do like all sorts of daring do's, because they were inspired by Batman to do these things, and get hurt. So they commissioned a special public service announcement about um, curb drills. And this is sort of how to cross the street in Britain for kids. And so Adam West, in full Batman outfit, is teaching kids the proper way to look from side to side to see if it's safe, all that kind of thing. And the PSA was considered lost for a long time, but it is, just like a lot of things, has popped up and you can see it on YouTube. So if you want to see this um, sort of different look, or this actually if you want to see Batman actually in the UK, we'll have a link in our show notes and you can watch this. It's called Curb Drill with Batman. And being British, they spell curb Kerb. and you can see Batman face the deadly danger of traffic.
All right, and for my shout out, I'm going to shout out about why we've suddenly gone from having episodes every week to every other week. And just got to say that we got kind of busy and was having problems getting this show out and our other show out. So we had to kind of space things out so we could make sure we were getting things out for the fans and not missing stuff. So that includes, BatChums, Legends of the DCU, plus bonus episodes for BatChums and bonus episodes for Legends of the DCU. So a lot of stuff going on, but we want to make sure we're trying to stay on top of stuff and make sure we're not missing things. So spreading it out and just trying to keep up with things.
Absolutely. I mean, life be lifing. So, and no, and yeah, it's something that just we have to adjust. Certainly, my schedule is pretty busy as well, and we're just going to just change our format. Instead of recording and releasing every week, we'll just do it every couple weeks. So it's yeah, you'll still get the same bat content. um, but yeah, it'll just be a little less often, but we hope you'll still stay with us because we still are continuing on. We are definitely uh, committed to finishing this last season of Batman and Batman 66. And even like I said, we do have plans going forward for other things. So uh, stay with us, and yeah, you'll just see us a little less often.
Yep. And I'm excited about some of the stuff we're going to be doing. So I know we're having blast with our bonus episodes too. I'm
Absolutely.
having, yeah, we're still finishing up Batman 1943.
Almost done. We're almost done. I think we have like three more chapters of that, and we're done. And yeah, so that's been fun, and we're not going to stop. So yeah, if you know, you know, please help support us, and if you want extra Bat Chums because we're only getting us every other week now, you can always get some stuff on our Patreon page. So,
Yep.
because we've got a lot of bonus material that we've done for that.
Yes, we have. All right. If you'd like to comment on anything we've talked about tonight, you can reach us at our feedback line 317-455-8411. Text us, leave us a message, or you can email us at batchumspodcast@gmail.com. All right, you ready to get out of here, Batchum?
Bat Chum's ready to move out.
Atomic batteries to power, turbines to speed. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Don't worry, the kit is yet to come.